Look at us being organized today.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes.
Technically, Shane did have a podcast.
True.
I never watched it.
Me neither.
I'm sorry, Shane. I love you.
Love you.
Well, you don't watch Shane. Shut up.
I watched him. I used to watch him.
Also, podcast now featuring Harry Potter in the background.
Hell yeah.
So hey guys, we've been taking a break for
A week.
Week?
2
weeks?
2 weeks.
It was Christmas and New Year's. Give us a break.
I'm sorry, we were busy with family and parties going wrong. We'll talk about that a different time.
My eye roll. Anyways, today's gonna be a really fun topic.
We're very excited about it.
We also have props today.
Yes, as you can tell.
If you can hear ice in the background, I burnt my hand severely, so.
It was bad.
Anyways.
Because she was an idiot. So today, we're going to be talking about sustainable living, zero waste, low waste, the hot topic of the now,
Yeah, bro.
And being that we live in the PNW, where everyone's very environmentally conscious, we thought it would be a great idea. And we're going to show you guys a little bit about what it is to live more sustainably, because we're both realizing with the more research we've done about sustainable living that we already do a lot of it.
I did not buy a single thing for what we're about to show you. Like, I've already owned all this stuff, and doing research for this podcast, I realized, wow, I actually already have a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool.
Because I remember I was telling you about a zero waste kit.
Yeah.
And you were like, shit, I'm going to have to buy all this shit for it. And then I told you what goes in it, and you did your own research about what goes in it, and you're like, I already have everything that goes in a zero waste kit.
For the most part. I mean, I don't have reusable plastic wrap and bags for the store, but I use alternatives for that.
Yeah.
So, which we'll talk about.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's start with something called the 6 R's. Okay. Number 1.
Refuse.
Number 2.
Reduce.
Number 3.
Reuse.
Number 4.
Repurpose.
Number 5.
Recycle.
And number 6.
And rot.
Don't worry about that one. I know it sounds gross. It's not really that gross.
Yeah.
All right. So,
we figured we would start by telling you guys what it goes in a zero waste kit and making our own, because I wanted to do this for a while, and with the new year, I figured it'd be a great resolution to try and be more environmentally conscious and stop forgetting my bags, stop forgetting shit.
yeah, I do have a problem.
I do.
Molly has even more like zero waste stuff than I do, but she just doesn't remember it.
Okay, well that's because whenever I go to the store, I was at work, and then I go after work. My God. Okay.
What are we starting with?
So, first thing you need to make your zero waste kit is a bag.
Doesn't have to be fancy.
It can be any bag. It could be a backpack, it could be a duffel bag, it could be a purse.
I'm gonna literally use like this wine bag from Fred Meyer right
I have this tote bag. I got it before I was more environmentally conscious from a book subscription.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even lie, you still get books.
I got rid of the subscription. I think I only got like 3 or 4 boxes.
I still like that thing. It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So,
Bag.
check. So, some things you want to put in it is a reusable shopping bag, which she already has that. I have a
You can get a bigger one.
compactable one.
I also have one of those that I was really excited to show you because I got it from my mother-in-law who went to Amsterdam, and then my fiance has it in his car because we actually use it. So
What's really cool about mine is that it's made out of recycled parachute.
that is pretty
I got it off of Amazon.
That's pretty
I
good.
love it.
Here's
And it has a little pocket. So you take it out.
Yeah.
Boom. Flip it inside out.
I really like that it's made out of parachute.
I love it. And I like how it has a long handle, so instead of carrying it like this, like you have to do with
Those bags.
one of these kinds of bags,
Yep.
they'll be full and you have to carry it around like this. You have like 4 of them. This is like a purse. You just put it on over your shoulder and it hangs down.
Makes you feel like you're like
And
19th century London or something.
it's got a little pocket. for your phone.
Fancy.
Yeah.
I really like that. I'm gonna have to order myself one of those. Mine's pretty cool though. It has the Van Gogh
It's from
sunflower painting on it, which all my towels in my kitchen now do too. It's really cool. All right, cool. So reusable bags in the bag. Again, mine's in my fiance's car, so this would be fine. Like I could go to the grocery store
And just take
get a
everything
small
out.
trip like this. So what? It has pockets for wine.
Yeah.
It's
Why
okay.
is this your reusable bag?
I get a lot of wine.
But not like that. Like, why is that the one you're choosing to use for your zero waste?
So things are smuggled in there.
Okay.
Just trust me, okay?
Okay, fine, I will, I guess.
I have glass containers, not plastic.
But shut up.
So what? I'm just saying. I want them to be comfy in there.
Okay. And then also reusable produce bag. She doesn't have one on her.
But I will tell you my process of when I go to the store without them. I only put things into reusable produce bags if it's absolutely necessary.
I don't use produce bags that often. Like
Yeah.
my apples, don't put them in a bag.
Yep.
Avocados, don't put them in a bag. Potatoes, unless I'm getting a lot, don't put them in a bag.
If it has a peel, why do you need to put it in a bag?
Exactly.
You're gonna unpeel it. Even then, there are some things that you can literally wash off and eat it, or boil it, and it's gonna be fine. But if it has to go in a bag and I don't want to use a plastic bag, I can go over to the mushroom section of the store and get a paper bag, which then can be recycled or composted.
I didn't even think about that before until she told me today.
I did that today when I went to the store.
Rachel, I went to the store with her and she started, so she was like, Molly, you're one of those weird people that like doesn't put anything in a plastic bag. And I was like, no, Rachel, because of my onion does not need to be in a plastic bag.
Why do you need to do that? It has a second layer.
It has a layer that you peel off. Ugh.
It came out of the ground. It's already dirty. Fine. It's okay.
Another thing is silverware. So honestly, there are to-go silverware things that you can buy. You don't need to. You can literally just take silverware. So one of those being an example.
This has a knife, fork, and spoon on it. It's
all
like a
connected.
camping trip.
Yeah.
thing.
You could buy one of those, or you could literally just grab the silverware out of your kitchen like I did today and use that.
This is fun.
There's also bamboo ones that I do want to get eventually, but I just haven't deemed it worthy to buy it.
I
'Cause I have
also
this.
go out to eat sushi a lot, and my chopsticks, I don't know where they are right now. I think I lost them, and I'm honestly really sad about it because they're from China. However, I do have a portable chopstick thing that I carry around. This usually would have chopsticks in it, and there you go. When you go to sushi, you have your own chopsticks that can be washed. Stop looking at your boyfriend's phone thing.
It's not, it's Mark.
Oh, the guy.
Tony's taking a nap.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
All right.
Next.
What's next?
A Tupperware to-go container. So mine is plastic, but that's because I have a bunch of plastic ones, and they work fine, so I'm not going to go buy some new ones when that would be causing more waste because they work perfectly fine. So I'm going to use what I already have until it's bad, and then I'll throw it out and get a new one.
Well, I will say this. I didn't really have any plastic containers, and for Christmas last year, we were fortunate enough to get the glass ones. However, the plastic containers, or the containers I did have, were plastic, but they were hand-me-downs from my parents.
Yeah, I didn't buy this.
Yeah, I don't go out buying plastic containers. I just use what I already have, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. I tried to not buy as much stuff in plastic as possible. And then another thing that is an essential for anybody, anytime, a water bottle.
Yep.
So, my roommate.
Hold on. It didn't work. I tried to get a bag that was gonna snuggle everything. Didn't fucking work.
So my roommate, Rachel's boyfriend. They haven't met Rachel yet, right?
Not in this video. We did film a podcast last week. Don't think we were that lazy, but it was also another drunk podcast, and we didn't want to give you that 2 weeks in a row,
Yeah,
so.
we wanted to be considerate. So, my roommate, he is not environmentally, they're not environmentally conscious like people at all, my roommates.
Yeah.
And it actually really irritates me.
Me too.
Because we put so much shit in the trash. And
correction, they put so much shit in the trash, not you.
I know, but like that trash can fills up so fast.
Yeah.
And I just feel like I'm contributing so much to it. But also, we don't compost right now because I don't know where the compost is in our building. I know they do compost. I heard them talk about it. But I just don't know where the fuck it is. I should ask.
If you don't have a compost in your building, we'll talk about what you can do later.
Yeah.
Or like in your house, or like there are ways, and we'll talk about that when we get into composting more. But yeah, water bottles.
Way to fucking go.
Thank you.
But my roommate, by the way.
Yeah.
He buys packs of plastic water bottles and doesn't finish most of them. He'll leave like a sip in there and just leave it on the counter, and it pisses me off to no extent. Because how hard is it to finish a fucking water bottle?
Let me just say something. My family, we grew up doing that kind of shit. I personally did swim team, so like those little water bottles were not cutting it for me. I've always had some kind of bigger water bottles that carry more water in anyways, but like it used to annoy the crap out of me because I was the one that cleaned the house, and I have to go through my dad's nightstand and move like 5 of them that literally had just a little bit of water in each of them. Yeah, pissed me off. But yes.
What pisses me off more is that he just leaves them around.
I know. I've seen him do it.
And
but this is good. And you don't have to get a fucking Hydro Flask. Like, there are options for you if you don't want to purchase a $60 water bottle.
If you already have reusable water bottles that are plastic, use that. Use that until it's bad.
We don't, like, we're not saying this stuff that you need to go out and buy this kind of stuff. But even if, like, let's say you don't have any water bottles at all, think about how you literally will buy a water bottle and be able to fill that for months and months and months and never have to buy water really again.
Yeah.
You can get a filter for your water. Mm-hmm. Strain your water out. It's going to be better than what's in the plastic bottle. It's all the same.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next.
You're going to want well, depending on what you like to get, you'll want a coffee mug, or you can even get a mason jar with a lid and use that.
Yep.
I have this Starbucks cup. What happened to the one my mom got you?
It's in there. I told you I almost got it out.
We have the same one. We both have this one. My mom got it for us so forever ago.
This matched my outfit.
It does.
I can literally go grab it right now.
It's fine. But anyway, so we don't really drink coffee that much. Well, I don't.
I have started to again just because my diet, I have to drink it so I'm not hungry. But I also, one thing I do want to say as a coffee drinker, you don't need to go get coffee every single day, first of all. You can make your own coffee. It'll taste just as good probably, and it'll save you a lot of money. On top of that though, you can also ask like the ladies that are making your coffee to put it in your reusable thing.
Yeah, if you go to Starbucks, they'll give you a little bit of a discount.
Yeah, because they're taking off the price of the cup and you're reducing the waste that there is.
Yeah, and so always bring your cup.
Yep.
So that way you don't have to use so much plastic. And then the last thing you can put in your bag, if you wish, would be reusable straws.
My favorite thing on the entire planet right now, reusable straws.
Mm-hmm. So I have reusable straws. They're just at my house.
And they're glass.
They're glass, so I didn't want to bring them. And I don't have like a container to put it in where it won't break.
And you just like are okay not using straws.
Yeah, I don't care to use a straw.
I do. So
this YouTuber who I watch a lot, her name is Shell Bizzle. I'll leave her channel link down below. She has, she brings a reusable straw for other people.
Yeah.
So like if someone's out with her and they're like, oh, I'll get a straw. They're like, oh no, you don't need a straw. I got you one
right here. Yeah.
Because some people bitch about having a straw. My cousin is retarded, let me tell you. We went to the Green Turtle.
With a little spoolie.
It's a restaurant.
This is how you clean them. This looks very sexual, but it's fun. I like doing it. They generally come with one.
Yeah, they should.
If they don't, they're dumb and you don't know what you're doing.
So, my cousin, we're at the Green Turtle, and at the Green Turtle, they don't give you straws anymore because they're like, please save the environment. And he complained. He's like, I don't have a straw. Now, like, how am I supposed to keep my mouth from getting wet? like, now my mouth's wet. And I'm like, okay, wipe it off.
I'm so sorry that you don't want to save your planet, but...
Like, he was literally being so petty about having to tilt his cup up and getting water on his lip. Literally, wipe it off and wipe it on your pant. What is so hard about that?
I will say something. Jonathan is a person that needs a straw. He is one of those people. And it's not because of I don't want to get water on me. It's because he's a germaphobe.
No, I get that.
But he... Literally, the straws that we got this year were his Christmas present. He asked for them. Like, we will take them with us to Hawaii. Like, no joke. We almost bought some when we were in Hawaii because it was like, I'm done dealing with, like, people giving me plastic straws. When you literally live on the freaking coast where there's turtles, right? And wildlife that can get them stuck.
Yeah, no.
Google turtle with straw up its nose. Change your mind.
I don't care if people complain about not having a straw for the reason of I don't want to put my lips on this cup because I don't know how well they cleaned it. Right. I don't know who the fuck the last person was to use it.
Yep.
He complained
about the water on his lip.
About having a mess on his face from water.
No.
Literally, my cousin is retarded.
I could not handle that. I would be done. I'm like, okay.
I was getting so irritated. Like, why is that what you have to complain about? You're retarded.
Do you want to talk about your other stuff that you have, which I actually am planning on getting as well? So,
these are some little kitchen gadgets I use for storing food. I have reusable Ziploc bags. You pull it off. What's really cool about these ones is you can put liquid in it. It's got a flat bottom. It stands up. And you can put, like, soup in that and close it up and take it wherever. So... I might put this in there, but I don't know.
I would. Like, I thought that's what you would do.
Yeah. And then, I have wax wraps. I haven't used these yet. I got these for Christmas, and I already have another pack. But they're super easy to use. I love them.
They're actually really fun. Like, I like them a lot.
So, you hand wash them because I don't think they should be going in the dishwasher. But they're super easy. All you have to do is literally put it over the thing and bend it to your will and it'll stay.
The heat of your hands is what, like, forces the adhesive. It's just like a candle. Like, when you heat a candle, it makes it more
and it's
sticky.
Just beautiful.
Yeah, I love those.
I love them too. I fucked up folding.
Fuck. It's okay.
Oh no. And then I got these for Christmas too. I'm very excited about them. They've been on my Amazon wish list for so long, but I just haven't bought them. My mom got them for me. They were in my stocking. So you can use these for a lot of different things. You can use them for fruit, for vegetables, for a cup. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing. It just goes on top and it replaces plastic wrap, replaces tin foil. Anything that you would need to cover your food, now you don't have to use that and waste things.
It's honestly easier too.
It's
so
so much
trying
easier.
to get the plastic wrap out.
And then when you get it off and it clings to itself.
Yes. Oh, that's so much easier.
That pisses me off. And then these you don't have to get. These are random. These are just things I found. So I have a lot of different sizes. I have sizes that will cover this, and I have a size that will cover a big ass bowl. But it's basically the same thing. It just goes over whatever it is, whether it's a bowl or a cup.
You use it for your dog food.
I use it for my dog's canned food. And it just goes over it and it covers it up and it replaces the cling wrap. And
it's a lot easier again.
It's a lot easier. Now, I'm not saying you should buy these because I don't use them as often as I thought I would. But I would recommend these more over these, just because this is actually more diverse.
Yeah.
I can't really cover a potato in this or a lemon.
Yeah,
it's not going to work.
It doesn't actually like fold over. It's just kind of lays on there. It's a little bit different. Yeah.
So if it's tight enough, it will completely seal it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're also weird sizes. So like we've tried to use it over the Instant Pot, but the big size is like one size is too big, but the size down is too small. It's weird.
Yeah.
So I got all my stuff off Amazon, Should I bring the Amazon thingy or later? The email?
Well, I was going to go into kitchen stuff.
Okay.
Okay. While we're still on the topic of kitchens. This little guy. I hate it.
I got it for Christmas in my stocking.
I hate it so much because I am a person that likes their sponge to not crumple up on itself like this and feel like it's not doing anything. This does something. It does clean. You just have to get used to using it because you have to wash things a little bit of a different way. But this sponge, you can put it in the dishwasher and reuse it over and over and over again.
And because it's not as porous and fiber as a real sponge, it's way more sanitary because it doesn't harbor bacteria.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you know this. Rachel didn't know this. Sponges harbor bacteria. They are a breeding ground for bacteria. I don't like to use sponges because all I can think about is this is just making my dish dirtier.
And that's why I'm okay with this, because honestly I have a problem with germs, like, really badly. Like, same thing with Jonathan, like the straws. I need to have a straw if I don't know where that cups come from, that kind of stuff. But yeah. So sponges are a really cool thing to have at the home, like, home goods stuff. You can go to, like, Bed Bath & Beyond.
When you look at package free, you should definitely get the scrubbing brush. It's all wood and metal, and the scrubber part comes off and you can just buy a replacement for the scrub. I bought my mom it.
Yes.
That's what my mom got for Christmas.
I want that.
Okay, I'm gonna get it when mine goes bad.
Back to the kitchen.
Sorry.
You're fine. I use mason jars that I literally get from, like, my grandma when she's done canning stuff. The only ones that we bought for ourselves, because this has, like, been used before we had this, were these little blue ones. Which even then, first of all, they're cheaper than regular glasses, and you can use them for a versatile of different things. So you don't need to have just water glasses, and then if you like do things where you want to put bulk food away and you want a mason jar that's smaller, you can also use your glasses. You just have to keep the lid.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one literally has held strawberry jam probably 10 times. Not even kidding. My grandma has a thing about literally bring back your jar so I can put more in there.
So again, Shell Bizzle, she doesn't have any actual cups. All of her cups are jars that they've used and gone through, and now they're using them as cups. Yeah. Which reuse everything you have. So if you run out of a jar, if your jar goes empty, use it to store food or use it to drink out of. Use it for something else. Yep. You don't have to recycle it. You can keep it and use it for something.
Very true. Another thing, if you want to avoid getting the jars in the first place, you can get a set of mason jars like this from something you've bought or just purchased them one time. Go to a bulk food store, fill up on your bulk food.
So you can either fill up in a jar or you can bring your reusable bags and fill it up.
Bring it home.
And if you do use the jar, weigh it and write the number on it so they can take away that weight and only charge you for what's actually in there.
Because these are really heavy. Also, I would suggest bringing a reusable bag of some sort.
Always.
Because it's a lot less heavy.
Yeah.
So,
and it'll fit in the bag better.
Another thing in the kitchen. 2 more things. Coffee and tea. What I said earlier about you don't need to go to get coffee every day. Okay, some people are like, well, then I'm going to use my Keurig every day. Do you know how much waste you are making by using those little K-cups, bro?
Like, you'll use 1, 2, maybe 3 every day. That's a lot of plastic and a lot of money.
You can't recycle it because it has coffee grounds unless you're cutting the top of it off and then rinsing it out every single day, which I know most of you won't do that anyway.
No, it's too much work, too much effort.
This little doohickey is my favorite thing when I had a K-cup machine. This is going to my brother now because he has my Keurig, and I just have an espresso machine now, which you can compost the grounds, but we'll get to that. You can put ground coffee in here. It's K-cup sized. stick it in your Keurig, you're done.
Boom, you got coffee.
And you can buy it in bulk. It's so much less expensive. You buy this once, and I think this one was like $8. Like, it's so, if that.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, I don't know why, they think being low waste is so expensive because you have to buy all this stuff. You have to buy all the reusable things. But once you buy it, you don't have to buy it anymore. Ziploc bags, I don't pay a thing for them.
Yeah.
Because I have a bunch. Wax, like cling wrap, I don't buy it. I don't need it.
Yeah. You don't need that shit.
Water bottles, I don't buy it. I don't need it.
One thing I do want to get is one of those wax sheets that go on your cookie sheets. That sounds really good. Hello. Welcome to the podcast. It smells delicious, basically. This is loose tea leaves. It lasts a really long time, a lot longer than your tea bags, like 100 tea bags you're gonna get. You only need a little bit, and you can also, like, if you don't like this bitch. If you don't like just really strong tea, or you like extra strong tea, you can do that with this. And you can get these little tea steepers. I have 2 of them. One my grandma passed down to me, and the other one I just like better because it's mesh, and it just seems like it steeps better. Obviously, that's really good. Reduce your tea bag use.
Because tea bags are so wasteful.
So wasteful.
It's a one-use thing. Basically, zero waste is trying to get rid of the one-time use only things.
Even though
Chani's not even in it.
Come get in the shot, dear. If you want to be in the podcast, get me in the shot. Come sit next to me or Molly.
okay, what's
Like
with
God.
the bowl of ice?
I burnt my hand really bad.
Oh.
Yeah. This is Jonathan. Everybody say hi to
Oh
Jonathan.
my god, this is the first time he's been on the
Hello.
podcast.
Hello.
Hello,
For like
all.
reels.
Hi.
His
Hello.
voice has been in there before.
Yeah, but not like his face. Isn't he sexy? Wow. Just kidding. Not
Wow.
kidding. Not
Just
kidding.
kidding.
But
Wow.
like, I'm not.
That's so rude. That's so
not
rude.
just kidding. You are very sexy.
Thank you.
Well, at least
some
one of us
people.
thinks so.
Okay. This is our basil plant.
Last kitchen thing.
Last kitchen thing.
Mm-hmm.
We grow our own basil. You can grow your own scraps.
You can regrow a lot of your own scraps. You can regrow celery, you can regrow spring onions, you can regrow carrots. Literally just put it in water, and then the spring onions will grow so fast. And then once you've put it in water, you can put it in soil later, once it's grown a little bit, and then keep doing that. And you can grow your own other, not just basil, you can grow thyme,
Yeah.
Rosemary.
cilantro, rosemary. You can grow all your own herbs in your kitchen. So then when you're not buying them anymore, and 2, they are actually more fresh in your ingredients.
Yep.
Because this is straight from the plant. You just pick the leaves off.
A lot of things too, like if you're buying fresh rosemary at the store, you can't just buy a bundle of it.
No.
It comes usually in a plastic container that is wasteful.
And some people, they're like, oh, well, this is plastic, but it's not like a normal like plastic thing that you would recycle. So a lot of people would take that plastic container and throw it in the garbage.
Yep.
Versus, someone who's very, cautious about recycling and would wash it out and then recycle it.
True. So yeah, basil is really cool. And then let's talk about dryer balls.
So these are dryer balls. I also have some.
Mhm.
I haven't really used them. I've used them once, but they didn't work very well for me. So I'm going to try again because now I've actually run out of dryer sheets
Yeah.
and see how well they work. She loves them.
I love them because we weren't buying dryer sheets in general. I just don't like them.
We haven't bought them in like 2 years.
Yeah. These are so much better in my opinion. But that's also because I probably haven't done dryer sheets in 2 years. You can buy different ones. You don't have to get these like
Cotton ones.
cotton ball ones.
You can
They
get
have
silicone
plastic.
ones.
Yeah.
They have like silicone plastic ones that we used to use at our house.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, speaking of lint, here's the thing. Composting. A lot of people are afraid of it. That is the last R in the 6 R's.
The rot.
The rot. You are rotting food. Your food scraps when you're composting. However, could you imagine how much waste you are saving from your food scraps if you didn't put them in the trash?
Literally, we moved from an apartment to a house where we had a yard waste bin. We went from having like 4 or 5 bags of trash for 2 weeks down to like 2, maybe 2.
It's a lot of waste
because
reduction.
it's a crazy amount of
Food waste.
Yeah.
It's amazing how much food we actually waste.
I can't remember, but I think food is the number one like waste product in America.
Food, then like plastics, and then like other, like a lot of the stuff we throw in the landfill, we could honestly either compost or recycle in some way, shape, or form.
Also, when food gets put into a landfill, you might think, oh, it'll just compost in landfill.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Work because then
no
what
earth.
they do is they cover it up, and by covering it up, it slows down the process of it breaking down. So instead of like a piece of paper or a banana peel taking like a month to break down, it'll take
Years.
6 months or years to break
In
down
some cases.
because it doesn't have that natural oxygen to break down. It will break down eventually, but
And even when it does break down, it's breaking down and producing more methane,
Yeah.
which I didn't know. It actually, when you take food to a landfill, it's producing methane gas, which is obviously a huge problem in greenhouse gas.
Shit.
So yeah, see, I did my research, bitch.
You did.
did you know cows are
Produce methane. Yeah,
produce-
I think everyone
Yeah.
knows that.
Because of their shit.
But anyways, if you live in a home, obviously it's so much easier for you to compost. If you have a yard waste bin, just try putting your food in a yard waste bin. It'll compost itself. People
Also,
think that you need to fucking roll it. You don't
No.
really need to do that. It's
No,
just
I
gonna-
used to put my grass clippings in my yard waste bin. I used to fill up the yard waste bin completely where it was like overflowing, and then like 3 or 4 days later it'd be down like a quarter of the way or
Yeah.
halfway.
It naturally decomposes. But what were you gonna say?
Also, if you don't have the option to compost like we do in Washington, because in Washington, someone actually comes and picks up your compost, so you have a bin that goes out with your recycling and your trash.
Mhm.
However, some places don't have that.
Yep.
You can make your own compost bin, you just can't compost as much as you can if someone takes it for you.
Yeah.
So my aunt in Oregon, they don't take her compost.
Mhm.
So she has a compost bin that she puts all the food scraps in. So you can, but you can't put like eggs in there
Yeah.
because they don't compost properly. But you
Right.
can put like banana peels, apple cores,
Stuff that's gonna break down.
actual food products.
Leftovers.
Yeah, you can do that and put that in your compost bin and mix it around in the dirt and it'll decompose itself.
Yeah. Even if you don't have someone, if you live on property, and even if you're just like growing something in your garden or you have potted house plants, you can use that for your potted house plants. If you don't have somewhere that can pick it up, maybe it's just you. In Japan, they literally have little holes in their house plants and they'll put their compost in there after it's
Ooh.
decomposed like fertilizer.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Another thing that you can do with your food scraps if you don't have a compost is you can take all the vegetable scraps, this is really just for veggies, and put them in a container or a bag,
Mhm.
freeze it until it's full or you think you have enough, and then you can make veggie broth with it and use that for something else, and then you can get rid of all the veggies, which that is a really cool thing that I want to try doing.
Oh, that would be cool to do too.
Even if you're like putting meat bones away, you can
You can make
use
a
that
meat
for
broth.
broth. Yeah. One other thing I wanted to say, don't let people think that you need a special bin for composting. Like we were saying, we put ours in our yard waste bin when we lived in a house. If you just literally get like a huge thing of Greek yogurt from like Costco or something, if you guys know what that is, and eat all that Greek yogurt and then use that as your compost bin, that's fine. Just shake it around.
There's nothing wrong. You can use anything as a compost bin.
Yeah, you don't need the fancy like $200 ones that sit in like your kitchen that you spin around. They have cheap compost bins, and they have compostable like liners that you can put in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, you could go down to Home Depot and buy a 5-gallon bucket with a lid.
Yeah.
And use that as a composter.
And just like shake it up
Yeah.
every once in a while. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
You want to talk about recycling?
Ooh.
Johnny can talk about recycling.
I'll have Johnny talk about recycling.
You want him to talk about recycling?
Well,
All right.
He knows
what
more
about-
about
He didn't prepare for this. He didn't
knows more
know.
about recycling.
All right, honey, give us a little spiel about recycling.
I'll have a rant about recycling.
Molly will probably.
Well,
get it.
I could rant for hours.
Okay.
No, I have a rant from this summer.
Oh,
You
what,
did. You already did the rant.
Not on here.
Yes, you did in the first podcast. Pretty sure.
what was it?
So,
First or second podcast.
my aunt, I was back east this summer in Delaware, and I was helping clean out the fridge at my grandparents' beach house, and my aunt took these jars that I had placed on next to the sink so I could rinse them out, because they were glass jars and they were covered with like chocolate. There was a chocolate sauce and something else.
Mm-hmm.
And I had set them there so that, because the sink was occupied, so I set them there so I could rinse them out later, then recycle them. Come back, they're not there. Where are my jars? Open up the trash and recycling drawer. There they are, right on top of the recycling. Who put these in here? I
Reach
did.
your shit out, people.
And then I was like, you cannot recycle this.
Yes.
You have to rinse it out. And she goes,
yes.
no, they still take it. I put all my shit in the recycling.
No, that's
They'll
not
take-
how it
They'll
works.
take it there.
They will take it, but once it gets into the processing, it's going to be contaminated, and that entire batch,
Has to go.
gone. Landfill.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
So anything that could have been recycled is now unusable. Did you know broken glass can't be recycled?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, I always thought it could.
No, because it's dangerous.
Makes sense.
Because people do the recycling.
Mm-hmm.
If there's broken glass, whole batch, done. Trash.
Good to know. That actually
Wow.
helped me.
Yeah.
All right, give us some recycling. Some recycling tips, dear. Oh, you could talk about the recycling bags.
So
Okay.
I actually learned this because my mother uses them.
Which is interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So my mom's a pretty wasteful person.
Yeah.
Yeah, like literally, I spent a week at her house. Actually, we spent a week at her house while babysitting the dogs for a week. And we only, produced one bag of garbage. And
Pretty much.
her garbage gets emptied every single week.
Which is-
Somehow, she manages to fill up her garbage
Which is
to
not.
overflowing.
It's not a little can. It's a big can. And there's one of her.
Yes.
Just one person.
She overflows it every single week.
Because she doesn't put everything that needs to go into recycling into recycling.
Yeah, like literally, when I lived at home, I used to dig through the garbage in the kitchen and like literally take out half of the stuff in the garbage can because it could have been recycled. If you guys take the time to rinse out your containers, they can be recycled.
Or reused.
Yes, as compost bins.
Or just as bulk food containers and stuff. Jars for glasses that you can drink out of.
Mm-hmm.
Some people go as far as to make them light bulbs.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Talk
but
about the bags.
But anyway, so on Amazon, they have these bags that are literally recyclable bags. So you can put all your recyclables in the bag, and then when it's full, you don't have to like worry about taking the can and then dumping it. You can just tie it up like it's a bag of garbage and just throw the whole bag with the recyclables into the recycling bin.
On Amazon, I also found compostable trash bags. They're like plant-based.
Yep.
Also, from Shell Bizzle, I found a lot of stuff from her. She found, I don't know what website it is, but you can buy toilet paper made from plants.
I saw that today at the grocery
It's
store.
completely
Hey.
compostable.
Nice.
It's wrapped in it's like wax wrap kind of. It's recyclable. So it's no plastic involved in this at all.
Mhm.
And I haven't used them. She said they're really soft. I want to buy them once I've finished this round of toilet paper that I have.
Yeah, because if you have things, you can, if you want to go like minimalistic lifestyle or, low waste living, use the stuff that you have.
Yeah, don't go out and buy the zero waste things or the minimalist things before you've used what you already have.
Or go through and like look at what you have and then determine, what you need.
Yeah, because if you're trying to go zero waste and you're just gonna say, oh, well, I don't need oh, well, I've got these I'm going to buy these dryer balls, so now I don't need all the 5 packs of dryer sheets that I have. I'm just going to throw them out.
Don't just throw them out.
That's
No.
way more wasteful.
If
Yeah.
anything,
Than
donate
using
them.
them.
Donate them to the Salvation Army. They'll take stuff like that. Donate them. I mean, the Salvation Army is not the best company, honestly.
Neither
Donate
is
them.
Goodwill.
Donate them to a place that really needs it. Lots of churches will take donations like
Yeah.
that.
Your local food bank.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. If
know,
you really
we're both-
don't want to finish whatever you have,
There is someone
give it
else
away.
out there.
Don't
that,
throw it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's even more wasteful than
Yeah.
using them.
Mm-hmm. We kind of got off topic.
It's okay.
You
It
know,
happens.
we never talked about things you can compost that you might not think you can.
Oh, wow. Okay, lint is one of those for sure.
Yeah,
Paper
I figured that
towels.
out. Yeah, paper towels,
Well, it
coffee grounds.
it depends on the paper towel. If it's like a Bounty like bleached paper towel, I don't think you can recycle or compost those. But if it's like a brown paper towel,
You can compost them.
We compost white paper towels.
oh,
You learn something new every day, kids.
mhm.
Coffee grounds are a big one.
Coffee grounds are actually really good for your plants.
Yes.
So, like, if you're growing a garden, instead of like throwing the coffee grounds into your yard waste bin, you could just literally throw them out into your yard.
Even instead of putting fertilizer, you don't have to buy fertilizer. Just
Yeah.
use coffee grounds.
You can also do eggshells. Eggshells are also very good for that.
Yeah, but eggshells, I
They don't
would
really
think.
Not
compost.
as good.
Yeah, but coffee grounds though, for sure.
Coffee grounds are the best. Okay.
In Seattle only, that I know of, if you have a bunch of plastic shopping bags, if you stuff one of them full of bags until it's full, you can recycle that.
Yep.
Yeah,
You can't recycle just a bag. You have to stuff it full of other bags.
which I don't quite understand.
It's so that it's not, because it will get like, it's more dangerous that way for like the environment.
Yeah,
For like if it were to
well,
get
I
lost.
understand like if you just recycle one grocery bag, that there's a chance that it could like get stuck into a piece of machinery or something and clog it up. But
Yeah.
but I don't know.
I mean, there are usually places at the grocery store
Mm-hmm.
that you can take your plastic bags to as well.
Mhm.
That is good. What else can be composted that you wouldn't think of?
Well, tea bags. You can.
Only some of them.
Most of them you can't because they're plastic.
That's why you should get a tea steeper.
Mhm.
One thing I want to say, if you don't have someone that comes to pick up your composting, there are a lot of times places you can drop it off that are near you that you don't realize. Like there are places probably closer than you think that will take it any day of the week.
I know. Enumclaw takes compost.
That's cool. Nobody knows where that is.
We might want to make this a 2-parter
Yeah.
because it's already 45 minutes.
That's good. That's how long a usual podcast is. And we have to edit a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you want to talk about clothes now?
Well, I haven't
Yeah.
even talked about recycling.
Oh, that's true. You should talk about recycling.
Would you talk
We should
about
really
this?
make this a 2-parter.
So, as we're talking about recycling, you guys really need to work on like
What?
washing out your containers. I see so many different things in my recycling bin at our apartment complex where literally it's probably going to get thrown in the garbage once it goes through the process
I feel like he's lecturing them.
because it's not washed out.
Are you lecturing them?
He is.
It's not our apartment people watching this. It's like the world.
I know.
Okay.
Well, I'm just setting, like, giving an example.
This is recycling.
But
bad.
also, recycling is at towards the one of the last 2 things in the R's
Mhm.
because, I mean, it's still waste, but also, a lot of the recycling doesn't really get recycled like it should.
Yeah.
It gets more thrown in the garbage.
Which,
There's more of an effort going towards making the recycled product into a new product, so it's actually causing more waste in some senses, depending on the product, than if it were just recycled into something.
Yeah, and we also used to sell to China, but now we don't because the trunk.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really swollen.
Yeah, that's what happened to my thumb. when
Well,
I ripped it.
It's okay.
I learned that like less than 25% of the plastics that we use in America gets recycled, where there's a lot more plastic products that can actually be recycled than you think. I don't know what I can't remember the list on.
Yeah, but also, it's just a matter of having a trash bin with a recycling bin next to it. A lot of places don't have a recycling bin. They only have a trash can for you to throw everything in. Like a lot of companies and stuff, my work even doesn't have recycling bins. And I work in Washington.
Yeah, when I worked.
Or like a gas station. Like say you go to clean all the garbage out of your car.
That's true.
You look into a gas station trash can and like half of it are plastic bottles that
can be recycled.
That could be recycled.
Yep.
But yeah, and then even if there is a recycling bin next to the trash bin,
people are still
just going to throw it in whatever bin they care, whatever it's close or whatever bin they feel like.
I see people throw garbage in our recycling bins all the time. It makes me so frustrated.
Because it is long.
Yeah. So we're realizing that this is a lot longer of a discussion and topic than we had originally anticipated.
But that's a good thing, because it needs to be talked about and people need to hear. No matter if it's just the 6 of you that watch this in the next year.
Yep, and we're all very passionate about being more environmentally conscious.
Yep.
So it makes for more topic and more discussion.
I mean, my job, I do stream restoration, so
he knows a lot about a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I think we're probably going to have a couple more podcasts about this, maybe even a 3-parter. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. So, yeah. So that's it for today's podcast.
We hope you enjoy.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, if you watched it.
Hi, Mom. I know it's you. Mom, shout out to my mother.
Hi, ma'am.
Who uses reusable straws and wanted me to tell everybody in this video today.
Hi, ma'am.
Thank you for being on the podcast, sir.
For finally gracing us with your face.
He technically is our first guest, even though Rachel was
filmed it first.
That'll be next week.
Yeah.
We'll probably take a break next week and bring you another drunk
we
rant.
can film this one next week.
But then we'll be a week ahead.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then we'll have time to
edit
instead of rushing to edit.
Yeah.
We should do this.
We'll already be one ahead because now we have 2. I'll edit both of them. And then we'll film another one, but then we'll edit like the next one.
Then you have like an entire week to edit instead of a couple days.
This is amazing.
This is a genius idea. We're geniuses.
I'm so excited. Okay.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Be sustainable. Recycle.
Reduce. Reuse. Recycle.
And
actually, refuse, reuse, repurpose, recycle, rot. I forgot
I'm gonna
one.
put this at the beginning so I can laugh at you.